O my God, unite the hearts of thy servants and reveal to them thy great purpose. May they follow in thy commandments and abide in thy law. Help them, O God, in their endeavor, and grant them strength to serve thee. O God, leave them not to themselves, but guide their steps by the light of thy knowledge, and cheer their hearts by thy love. Verily, thou art their helper and their Lord.
Pulled from the stress of nothingness, dance in the sun, for you are here. Wander alone in this wilderness, and find the path that leads you home. Golden and red the threads you bear, pattern our days in starlight and dream. Weaving our lives in this tapestry of time and
How much further is it to the top of the ridge?
Come on, cousin, you can make it. We're almost there.
Can't we just look from here?
No, trust me, it will be worth it. Okay, now look up.
Whoa! That's a lot of stars. It's amazing.
Look over there, that's the Big Dipper.
Oh, I see it.
If you follow the line of the two stars to the end of the bowl, it leads you to Polaris, the North Star.
The twinkling one?
Yep, just one tiny light, 323 light years away from Earth. It's been guiding us for a long time.
Well, listen to you, Mr. Science Guy.
Well, science is my favorite subject. I don't know why, but things like that just stick in my head. You know, sometimes I come up here when I'm having a problem. It helps me think.
Yeah, that's why Mom sent me here. To the reserve, I mean. I've been having problems and questioning everything about life recently. Mom said it's because I'm a teenager. She said coming here would help me straighten things out. But now, I think I have more questions than ever.
What kind of questions?
Well, some of them don't seem very important right now, but the big ones just seem even bigger.
Like what?
Like, how did it all get here? Does it just go on forever? And why are we here, like the whole human race? And what is the purpose of everything? What is my purpose?
Yeah, you sure have a lot of questions. Look over there, just beyond that tiny hill that you can barely see. That's where grandfather's buried, and most of our ancestors too. Grandfather used to take me here when I was just a kid, and his father took him here when he was just young. He told me that this was his thinking spot. Maybe lots of our ancestors came here, looked up at those same stars, and asked those same questions.
Yeah, but do you think they got any answers?
I'm not sure, but now it's our time. Grandmother says that we have to find our own answers, And those answers become a light that guides us, like the North Star.
Do you think that anyone really understands any of this?
I think Sitla does.
Sila?
Oh, that's how you say grandmother in our language. And most of our elders are pretty smart too.
Really? From what I've seen, adults have made a huge mess of this world. They don't have much to offer.
I think Sitla does. She has lots of stories that teach us things.
Like what?
Things about life.
Like what?
Well, she says the reason we're here, the reason all of creation is here, is love.
Love. Love. So you're saying that Grandma Sitla sums up the entire reason for existence, the entire reason that we are on this earth, in one word?
Yeah, but she never has a one-word answer. She has a story for everything, and one day I'm going to be a great storyteller like her.
Does she have a story to go along with that whole love idea?
Well, I have been practicing that one. I can't tell it as good as her, but I'll try. It is said that before we were flesh and bone, we were a single word. And before that word, we were a thought in the mind of the eternal mystery. And before that thought, we were a powerful love with such a longing to be loved that it exploded and became all of creation. They say that each of us carries a fragment of this love within us. That fragment that dwells within us longs for reunion with the source of its being. But we are not alone in this longing. It pulses through all of existence, and we see it in every created thing. It is the life force within the seed, and the child with all its potential. This love is the unique power that binds together the diverse elements of this material world, the supreme magnetic force that directs the movements of the stars in the heavens. And this same love lives in each of us with such a yearning, and it sets us on a journey. From our first breath to our last. Life is
a sea to sail, a mountain to climb,
A road to travel.
An adventure.
A quest.
whose mystery we must unravel as we meet and mingle, clash and connect, and dream and dance with all those we meet in our path.
Wander around from heart to heart, trying to find us there. one soul in such despair. I'm trying hard, but I can't see the meaning in this mystery. On this amusement park, sitting out in space, lots of human dust collecting in one place. Is it all a dream in some big cosmic mind? Or is there meaning to this life we leave behind?
I wanna know, I wanna see. Is there a plan for me?
I wanna see, I wanna feel your love, and if it's real, is it all a dream in some big cosmic mind? Or is there meaning to this life we leave behind? I really like that story, and you're already a good storyteller.
I still have a lot to learn.
Yeah, me too. Hey, do you think if we asked Seela, she would tell us more stories?
Well, it is getting late, but we can ask.
Let's go.
I wanna know, I wanna see. Is there a plan for me? I wanna see, I wanna feel your love, and if it's real, is it all a dream in some big cosmic mind? Or is there meaning to this life we leave behind?
Hey, Seela.
Hi, Grandma. I mean Seela.
You're home. I was getting worried. You know, your cousin doesn't know these trails like you do.
It's okay, Seela. Kelsey just took me up to the ridge, and she showed me all the stars, and she told me the story about love being the cause of creation.
Haha, an audience for your storytelling. Mm-hmm. Yes, but what about your homework?
It's done.
Okay, how about your chores?
Yes, Seela.
Okay.
But since there's no school tomorrow and we don't have to wake up early, we were wondering.
I was wondering, since I'm here for such a short time, if you could tell some more stories. I just have so many questions about life and what's happening in the world.
Questions are good. Why don't you come sit down? Seeking the truth must be done in a humble way. It's not an easy quest, and even harder still to live by that truth. Will you have the patience and the heart for this journey?
All I know is I want to learn.
Well, then we should start at the beginning. I've been keeping notes of this story in my journal for just these questions. your grandmother's memory isn't as good as it has been in the past. It's a story that I heard when I was young, and it meant a great deal to me in my life. And I think it's time now to tell you this story. You will have to look deeply into the meaning of the story to find the truth and the guidance in your own life. In the beginning, within the sacred circle of life, the four races lived upon the earth as one family, sheltered beneath the love of the Creator. Although they were strong in the bonds of affection, they were weak in knowledge. So the Creator set them off in the four directions to search for knowledge, with the promise that one day they would be gathered back together to live as one family and build a great united world. For the journey, the Great Spirit divided the elements and gave to each race a guardianship. The red race was given the guardianship of earth. The black race was given the guardianship of water. The yellow race was given the guardianship of air. And the white race was given the guardianship of fire. Races to part from each other, and a great sorrow filled their souls. heavy hearts, the children of the Great Spirit set off in the four directions to share the secrets of their elements and to gather knowledge.
So the story tells us that once we were all one people, but we needed to go off and gain more knowledge to share with each other in the future.
Yeah, it's like the whole human race had to go through what we're all going through when we grow up.
Oh, I get it. But we have teachers and parents to help us on this journey.
Yes, the story continues as humanity has also had such teachers. The races scattered over the face of the earth, and to each the Great Spirit would make an appearance. The Creator has in every age caused divine teachers to appear in the noble form of the human temple. They are the prophets. They are the everlasting flame through whose light the world is illumined. They have appeared throughout the ages to impart unto the world the teachings of the great mystery, and to mine those gems of virtue that lie hidden within our true and inmost self, so that we may carry forward an ever-advancing civilization.
Sila, I don't understand. If the prophets had all came from the same source, from the same creator, how could they be so different?
Each of the divine educators brought teachings that were needed for the age and the culture in which they appeared. But if we look at the essence of each faith, there is a common foundation that unites them all. Every single one of those faiths taught us to love our Creator. And they also taught to treat others as we wish to be treated.
But we have seen so many of their teachings get lost when religion is used to oppress people.
That is true, granddaughter. Like the seasons, there are cycles in everything and everywhere we look. In the springtime, each great religion appeared, and in the summer it prospered and flourished. But in the autumn, a cool breeze began to blow, and those teachings became dim, and in the winter, a cold winter darkness settled in men's hearts. The years and the centuries and the ages passed. The earth was divided into many nations, and we can still see the traces of those nations today.
Years go by, centuries pass, ages slip into the silence of time. Countless forms of human dust have come and gone. It's all just a matter
father used to say that our lives are like the flash of a firefly in the evening sky.
Your grandfather was a very wise man, sometimes.
I just wish I had the time to meet him more.
I really miss him. He used to tell me that we should always be grateful because we are richer than any human who has ever walked on this earth.
It doesn't look to me like we're living in the lap of luxury.
Not that kind of wealth. He used to say that we should always be grateful because we are richer, because we have inherited all the secrets of nature. And he would say that now we have to think about what we will leave behind for those who come after us.
Well, I don't really know what I'm going to leave behind yet. I'm just a teenager. But I've got a lot of learning to do.
And you are not alone. Humanity has passed through its childhood, and the time has come to enter the age of maturity. And we need help, don't we?
Yeah, it seems like we need help now than we've ever had.
And so it was that the centuries rolled away, and the time came for the Great Spirit to make another appearance at last to gather his people. He spoke with one voice for all people, proclaiming that the time had come for the races to unite, to share their knowledge, to build a great unified world family, and to live together in peace. And his name is Baha'u'llah. And he is the fulfillment of all the promises and prophecies of the past.
Hear me, ye mortal birds. Hear me, ye mortal birds. In the rose garden of changeless splendor, of love hath begun to bloom. Compared to which the earth is but a third, is but a fourth. And before the brightness of whose glory, the very essence of beauty must perish and wither. Hear me, ye mortal birds. Hear me, ye mortal birds. Hear me, ye mortal birds.
Wait, who's this new teacher? Why haven't I heard of him?
Well, you're hearing about him now, grandson.
But if a new teacher has come, why does the world seem to have more problems now than it's ever had?
Although the call was raised and the guidance was given, the rulers and leaders of that time rejected the new teachings and persecuted the messengers as before. And in their absence from one another, the children of the Great Spirit forgot their relatives. And so the gathering was not to be easy. closing the pathway to the great peace that could have been. 2 times the Great Spirit took hold of the earth and shook her with one hand to awaken their souls. Wars and destruction burned the face of the earth, and the power to guide humanity was lost by the kings and clergy. All these losses caused a great weeping. Now, the very life of the people of the world has been drained by ignorance, prejudice, greed, corruption, and war. We cannot change the injustices of the past, but we can honor the sacrifices of those who endured great pain to bring us to this point, the point where we must face the challenges that are before us.
To anyone I've ever harmed, or ever hurt not knowing, to everyone I've ever wronged, or even stung, each soul is such a precious gift. Cherish them one by one. Somewhere on the way I have forgotten this, unforgivable as it is. Will you forgive me? Knowing I should not say things that can undo all love, and yet I say them anyway. To anyone I've ever harmed, or ever heard not knowing, to anyone
I don't understand why we always seem to choose the hard path.
And why did both the leaders and the people reject these teachings that could have saved so many people from suffering?
Knowledge and power have always been a great test to the purity of one's heart and have blinded many in their search for truth and guidance. But now, a fire has been kindled in your soul. So I will ask you both once again, will you have the courage to walk this path with a humble and determined heart?
I sure hope so, but I don't know where to start.
Release yourself from all you've learned. It only makes a veil between your soul and the beloved's voice. Cleanse your heart of love and hate till not a trace remains. Less love or hate blind you in your choice. Then step into this mystery that never ends with time. This flame has been enkindled in your youth, and countless are the moth-like lovers clinging to his light, and countless are the souls that seek his truth.
It is a higher voice that calls, a noble quest, and I am blessed to realize the wonder of it all. It is the sweetest voice that sings, a melody with mystic wings, and my heart is captured by its call.
A higher voice, a sacred choice, a gentle hand to guide, a purer soul with noble goals and the will to strive. Cleanse your heart from dust and clay till not a trace remains, lest dust or hate swallow you with pride. Then step into this mystery that never ends with time. This flame has been enkindled in your youth, and countless are the moth-like lovers clinging to his light, and countless are the souls that seek his truth.
It is a higher voice that calls, a noble quest, and I am blessed to realize the wonder of it all. It is the sweetest voice that sings, a melody with mystic wings, and my heart is captured by its call. By its call. Sila, I want to do what's right. I want to be a good person, and I want to make the world a better place.
I do too, but most of the time I feel like I can't really do anything.
My grandchildren, these are the same challenges that our world is facing. You are at a stage in your life where you will be choosing your path. But how you choose to walk upon this path will make all the difference.
But what about the rest of the world?
What about their choices?
There are people in this day that are capable of recognizing that the time has come to share the lessons that have been learned by each of the races, to accept the oneness of our origins, to view humanity's development as one single process, and to build the foundations together of a global civilization.
Away
gather as one people in peace and respect, the Great Spirit will take hold of the earth, this time with 2 hands, and will shake her once again to awaken the souls. And that shaking would threaten our very existence. Rather, let us use our minds and hearts to seek the path of peace that is our noble destiny.
So, you think that there is hope?
I can see the shafts of sunlight that are breaking through the clouds, melting the ice of separation, and softening the soil of men's hearts.
Maybe there's others out there who believes that we can make a difference.
Yeah. Imagine the world that we can build.
It will take a mighty effort, but there is a promise, a great promise, that if we work together, all the fruitless strife, the ruinous war will pass away, and the most great peace will come.